Expect more. This is 6 News at 6.
What to do if your AC goes out? We verify the responsibility of landlords if this ever happens to you. Plus, a house fire devastates a Harker Heights family. After losing it all, the one thing on their minds today. And it's time for two-a-days. With the season kicking off Monday, a sideline safety course is making sure coaches are keeping their players safe. Good evening, and thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Grant Johnson. High school football season is right around the corner, which means schools are gearing up for a safe and healthy year. All teams' #1 priority is the safety of their players both on and off the field. 6 News reporter Nicole Sheeran made her way to Baylor Scott and White in Temple to learn more safety tips for athletes. Nicole?
Grant, two-a-days for high school football start Monday, which means these athletes are gearing up for another season in the heat. And trainers and coaches from these different schools made their way to Baylor Scott and White for the annual sideline safety course. Football is a high-contact sport that comes with a certain level of risk. Whether it's heat illness, concussions, sprains, joint injuries, or strains, the gridiron has seen it all. Trainers and doctors are on the sideline to make sure the players receive immediate help when needed. Today, they came together to learn necessary skills to make sure all athletes are kept safe. Head athletic trainer at Temple High School, Wendy Skrabanock, has been attending this conference for many years. She says regardless of the sideline you're on, athlete safety is always the top priority.
I mean, we're all learning something different, and what can we do to help each other? Because even though we're on the field competing against each other, when it comes down to it, we're really there for the safety of the athlete, and that's our most concern. So whatever we can do to band together to help all of them, we want to keep them healthy and safe on the field.
Baylor Scott and White has held this conference for 30 years as a way for coaches, trainers, and doctors to share knowledge while learning important safety skills. The first high school football game of the year kicks off August 25th, and it looks like these trainers will be ready to keep their players safe. But for now in Temple, I'm Nicole Sheeran, 6 News.
Thanks so much, Nicole. It's great to see the athletes' health is a top priority. Now meteorologist Matt Farrell joins us now to get a look at your forecast.
Well, good evening, everyone. Let's take a first look at your weather here on this Thursday night. And if you've been outside at all today, you might have noticed it was 1 to 3 degrees cooler in most spots today than it was the last couple of days. In fact, missed the 100-degree mark in several locations earlier this afternoon. Still hot out there, but it's not 103. It's not 104 like it has been for the better part of the last few weeks. That's good news. And that also means that we've been able to take away some of those heat advisories we've been dealing with. Still have a few counties under a heat advisory through the rest of the evening tonight. That's going to be Hill County, Bosque County, Hamilton County, and Comanche County. And that, again, should expire later on this evening and hopefully won't be renewed for tomorrow, because we should be right around 100 again tomorrow, which should keep us just shy of those heat advisory marks once again. Before we get there, though, let's go through tonight. 96 by 7 o'clock, 90 by 9, all the way down to 76 by the time we start the day tomorrow. There's that 100-degree mark again tomorrow. Not as hot, but still hot. We'll talk more about your 7-day forecast coming up.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Matt. Having your air conditioning suddenly give out in the middle of summer can be frustrating, and even more so if you live in a rental property. 6 News reporter Adriana Alexander found out who's responsible to keep you cool. She joins us live in studio.
Air conditioning is something that is tough to live without, especially in the summer, so we wanted to verify if your AC goes out, is the landlord required to fix it?
For this question, we turn to legal expert Liz Mitchell and Texas Tenants Union Executive Director Dewey Marshall. Marshall says the first thing you should do is mail your landlord or leasing manager a maintenance request. Sending a request in through your leasing portal is not legally protected.
The tenant rights in Texas are not triggered until the landlord receives one repair and remedy request through trackable form of mail. Let's keep a receipt, so a return receipt, so that we know that the actual repair and remedy request has been submitted.
If nothing is fixed after a week or two, tenants have 3 options.
They have 3 different options in Texas. They can stay in their unit and sue their landlord. They can move out of their unit, terminate their lease without penalty, and sue their landlord. Or they can repair and deduct.
Repair and deduct is when the tenant pays for the AC fix out of pocket and deducts the cost from their rent. If the tenant decides to sue, there are things the tenant cannot do.
You have to be current on your rent at the time that you have sent the certified letter. If you're in arrears on your rent, then that's going to affect your case. You shouldn't take it upon yourself to stop paying your rent.
According to Texas Property Code, the best way to win a suit in this case is to prove that your health and safety is being threatened.
If you want to terminate your lease, it's important to consult with an attorney first so that you're getting damage deposits back, so that you're not stuck contractually finishing out the term of your lease. You just want to make sure that you're doing everything within the law supported by the Texas Property Code to get you out of that lease and into an apartment that's more habitable.
So we can confirm, yes, landlords are responsible for fixing your AC when it goes out, as long as the tenant can prove they are living in uninhabitable conditions.
Seeking legal counsel before you make any major decisions or repairs yourself is the recommended option with your Verify. I'm Adriana Alexander.
Thanks so much for getting those answers for us, Adriana. A window AC unit might have caused a Harker Heights family to lose their 2 homes in a fire. Tonight, they hope others can help them salvage the items they still have left. 6 News reporter Sydney Deshawn spoke to the family and tells us how it all unfolded. Sydney?
Grant, the family believes that the fire was caused by electrical issues with their window AC unit after hearing a loud pop. It happened on Sunday afternoon in just a matter of minutes. 70-year-old Anita Boucher saw a fire on her porch as the framework burnt on the outside. Flames surrounded her inside of the home she has lived in for 40 years. Her son, who lived in the RV parked in the yard, also suffered from the fire, but he was able to escape and save his mother. While this all unfolded, a neighbor next door immediately called 911 and the Harker Heights Fire Department arrived. The family lost nearly everything in the fire, including pets, scrapbooks, and memories. It was a loss for everyone in the family.
My first thought was obviously, like, are they okay? My second thought was, are the animals okay? And then my third thought was, everything's gone. Our childhood memories, everything she worked for, just gone.
Now the Boucher family is still working on saving items in the house. Anita is living with her daughter and her son is living with other family. Moving forward, the family hopes volunteers or a company can demolish the home and clean the area up. The GoFundMe link to help out can be found on our website. Grant.
Thanks so much, Jenny. I hope some people are able to help out with them. Well, several homes were destroyed after a brush fire started in Blum, Texas. The fire began early yesterday afternoon in Hill County. So far, the fire has burnt at least 250 acres and at least 5 homes have been destroyed. As of Wednesday evening, the fire reached 30% containment. Bookstore owners across Texas are suing the state over a new law. House Bill 900 requires book vendors to label any books with sexual references starting September the 1st. Advocates of the bill say it's a victory for child protection. The bookstore owners filing suit, however, say the bill violates the 1st and 14th Amendment and targets protected speech.
This whole idea of not just explicit sexual content, but sexual content or some sort of relevant content, we don't know. We don't know what that's supposed to mean. Is that 2 15-year-olds kissing? I mean, we don't know. It's just very vague to us as to how we would do that.
The Texas State Library and Archives Commission and the Texas Education Agency have until the beginning of January to create guidelines for visitors. Then those businesses have 4 months to submit a list to the TEA or be barred from selling books to schools. Coming up on 6 News, it's about to be a Merry Christmas in July. Yeah, you heard that right. See how Christmas cheer is being spread to kids just a tad bit early. And later in sports, it's officially official. The Big 12 has a 13th school starting next summer. Curtis has the details.